Hey, it's Remy Maxwell from 104.1 Jack FM. We're at the Hard Rock Cafe, MOA, screening tonight, theaters at Mall of America. Welcome. I got the stars of Everybody Wants Some. Very nice. Blake Jenner?
Yeah. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir. Tyler Hackman? Yes, sir.
Ryan Guzman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we got Jake Bradford. We've got Mick Reynolds. And we've got Roper. Very nice. Hey, by the way, ever see a amusement park in a mall?
Never, ever in my life.
First time.
Well, welcome to Minnesota. That's how we roll here, right? Yeah. Okay, so Richard Linklater, the writer-director, has called this movie, Everybody Wants Some, with the 2 exclamation points at the end. That's how you got to say it. A spiritual sequel to his 93 masterpiece, Dazed and Confused, which, seriously, I mean, I'm sure you're all fans of the movie, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Was there any self-imposed pressure put upon you to live up to that standard at all?
Honestly, man, he kind of killed that from day one. I think, never did we try to emulate it. It was never brought up. We never talked about it. If we wanted to hear a cool story about Days, we'd ask him. But other than that, it was very clear from the beginning this was going to be its own thing, its own entity, and we really wanted to separate ourselves and just make the best film that we could. So we focused on that, and that's what we ran with.
That movie was set the last day of high school in 1976. This one is the hours leading up to the fall semester of college in 1980. Killer tunes all the way around, right? And what a great wardrobe you guys had.
Oh, yeah, man. No, all the way down to the short jean shorts, man. It was incredible.
The hairstyles, I mean, and for me to talk about hairstyles, you know they were jacked. And your stash, dude, the 70s porn stash, I mean, in 1980 you still had it going on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We looked at a few photos of, Mr. Tom Selleck and Burt Reynolds and was like, all right, I mean, these were the guys. And so Mick Reynolds wants to be the guy, so he's going to rock the stash. You
play the hot-headed, competitive big man on campus. You were Mr. Cool, basically holding it all together. I saw the movie last week, and that's what your character was for me.
Yeah, he was the party guy. He was keeping the peace, and then hazing the freshman when he had to. But he was more living. We kind of had this storyline that is not really read so far, but he was like my best friend, and I was like the shadow of like the #1 all-star pick, and So I was just I was the bottom feeder, anything he kind of left.
I can relate to bottom feeder, man, definitely. And you were the hotshot freshman pitcher coming into the whole scene, and on the receiving end of the hazing.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, no, there was no light hand and hazing with these guys from start to finish. No, but it was fun. I didn't go to high school. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't go to college.
Hey, neither did I, man. That's how I got into radio.
No, I didn't go to college. I went straight from high school to LA to pursue acting. So this kind of filled the void of like being a freshman, coming onto a team, and kind of finding yourself on it. So it was cool.
Now, I also read that that was a good one, by the way. Didn't go to high school. It's all right. We've all been there. Yeah, Biggie. That's how Biggie ended up working at Jack FM, man. This was like a 7-year build-up to get this movie made, I heard. And I also read something about your co-star Glenn Powell saying now, the first audition process, everybody auditioned for every role to figure out who was going to do it. Is that true?
It was like 3 out of 6, I think.
Yeah, more or less. But yeah, it was like I think Rick's been trying to get this made for over 10 years. So it's been,
wow. The movie rules. It lives up to all the hype of the spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused. I especially liked how you guys were musically non-discriminating. I mean, you start out at Sound Machine doing the disco thing. You end up line dancing at the country joint with Cotton Eye Joe, and then you're at a punk place at the end with your old buddy, your character's old buddy that you grew up with.
Yeah. No, that was kind of cool because that was actually my audition scene with Glenn Powell. That was our last audition together, the chemistry read audition. So I always felt like that was like a checkpoint in my character's experience, kind of like calling shenanigans on the moment and saying like, hey, we've been shape-shifting all weekend. Who are we really? So that was really cool for me.
And you end up with the girl at the end, which is always, I don't want to give, of course, our screening is tonight. The movie opens Friday, right? And you guys are all established actors in your own right, but watching the breakout performance in Dazed and Confused of McConaughey as Wooderson, do you foresee any of that for you guys?
Dude, honestly, man, it's such a talented cast. Everybody here is going to have their own career path. It's going to be amazing, and it's just a phenomenal group of guys.
I will say this, though. Some of the guys that are not known for other things thus far, this is going to be a huge role for them. Like, one of my favorite characters is started off as a small character and got embellished throughout the time. But the guy that plays Justin Niles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or Jay Niles. Justin Street, Jay Niles. He's incredible to me. And
The cool thing that Linklater does, he casts basically unknown. Not that you guys are all obviously got a catalog of stuff behind you, but the majority of the cast, it seems like you've never seen them in a big movie before.
He's a master at casting people. He's got a great eye, great instincts, and he trusts them, and he trusts his actors, which is great because it allows guys who come into a situation like this that could be very intimidating to feel encouraged to be creative and to try things, and there's no worry of being right or wrong. It's just you try something, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's how you find what works best. So,
what about the baseball background? Did you guys have to go through any boot camp or anything, or?
Yeah, inside of the 2 weeks when we were living with Rick at his farm, there was a lot of baseball practice going down, and some of us needed it more than others, but it was a group effort.
I did see you. Yeah, you were knocking him out here, dude. That was really good.
for the glory days. So.
And did you get really hit in the nuts on the tape to the side?
Almost. I almost got hit in the No, Temple guy.
That was his nuts. Those were real nuts.
All right, Tyler Hecklin, Ryan Guzman, Blake Jenner, thank you guys for coming. Everybody Wants Some opens this weekend. We'll see you up there doing the intro for the screening. Right on.